Hi, Russell. It's so good to have you here. So, we're talking about how to prospect and how best to get in the door. And I know you have a lot of experience with it. So, tell me, talk to me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great topic because I remember building a couple of different businesses doing cold call style prospecting. Some of them were door to door, going up to someone's door. Some of them were over the phone, making 100 to 300 to 400 dials per day. You name it. I built several businesses doing that, doing presentations and so forth. And so I respect what you're doing, what you're teaching your audience, what they're learning. I believe it's probably the most challenging way to prospect, but it is the most rewarding because it teaches you how to speak on the fly, how to have conviction in what it is that you're doing. So years ago, I was in a network marketing business and found that doing door to door sales with businesses to sell a legal plan that I was selling at the time was the most effective. I had some mentors. I was blessed that these mentors of mine would literally take me out. We'd go out. I speak fluent Spanish, so I would, when we would go to a certain business area that was predominantly fluent in Spanish, I'd be the one translating. So I learned from the best in the entire company on how to prospect, how to get in, get out, and build trust in maybe 20 minutes, enough so that I could walk out with a check, walk out with an application. And it was powerful. And it has served me to this day. To this day, I no longer am doing that. I'm able to get inbound on a pretty good regular basis. But if you get the inbound and you don't know how to speak in a way that is not just persuasive or definitely not manipulative, but with confidence in a way that shows a prospect, look, I'm the person, guy or girl, that you want to sell, that you want to buy from. If you can't do that because you haven't been trained, you haven't gone through kind of the steps, then you're going to struggle. So I would literally, what we would do is we'd walk in to businesses cold. We would go on Info USA. There was no appointment set. I had no idea who I was about to meet. I didn't know what they looked like. They didn't know what I looked like. I literally just walk in and I would have a two-paged form. One page offered them a free business listing. So it gave them some value. It added them to a 50,000 and growing member business directory. And on the flip side, it actually had a little presentation. So I'd walk in, the lead in was a free directory listing for that business just for giving me a few moments of their time. But while I was answering the questions on this directory, the questions were not by accident. They were all very specific and touching pain points that the business owner had and said, I noticed that you answered yes to these three questions. If I could show you a way that we could solve these issues, would you be interested? Of course, many of them would say, well, sure. So I'd immediately flip it over. I wouldn't ask permission. I wouldn't say, is this a good time? It was right there that I was going to make the presentation right on the spot. And that was a really big thing, is that when I had them on the phone, it was on the spot. Yes.